Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 5 of the Wednesday Night Dash. Tonight, we're coming to you from Nashville Superspeedway for the Music City 75, presented by Showtime Esports Productions. Dawson continues to dominate, but he was really pressed last week by Nick Warboy, who led 12 laps, and Dawson had to hold off a last turn charge by Colton Gardner to win. As tonight, he'll look for another win. Colton Gardner going to be looking for his first of the season. And our traditional off week before the road course race is coming up, so expect Ian Miller to make 1 week return to the series to run at Watkins Glen in a couple of weeks. We got just a minute and some change left here in practice with Colton Gardner on top. As we'll take a look here at our driver standings after race 4 last week. Dawson Buchanan leads by about 28 points over Colton Gardner. And then Colton Gardner in second. Jeremiah Lockwood behind him in third. That's a 10-point gap right there. Nick Warboy in fourth. He is 6 points behind Jeremiah Lockwood and Hunter Hughes. And Chris Fuge tied for fifth at 115 points. And then Garrett Jarnigan, 7. Eric Mattingly, Fernando Takashi, John Miles, and Lucas Pontarelli are tied for 10th as we go down the list. Down to 22nd. In the team standings, JM Motorsports is still within striking distance of SMR is still within striking distance of JM Motorsports for first, and WJM, FR Racing, and FTP are all in a close battle for third. After a rough week from JM Motorsports last week. So, with that, we're going to head into qualifying here. Wait for our first car to come on track. Not really sure what's happening here. You're not sure why we cannot see qualifying. That is weird. Because we are definitely joined as a... There we go. Here is the 68 of Christopher Fuge we're looking at. Also, we have no sound. There it is. Eric Mattingly goes to the top to start. Then now Colton Gardner to the top spot. We'll keep an eye on Dawson Buchanan, Pierce, Here comes Buchanan across the line. Fourth for Buchanan, about a 10th off the pace there of Colton Gardner. Looks like we'll be starting from pole position as we got a couple cars here still setting laps. There's Refuge currently in 8th. Nicholas Warboy trying to set his first lap here. He will go to 7th. And that will put him into 3rd. So it'll be a good 3rd place start for Nicholas Warboy, as now I believe all cars have qualified. Next week, we are off before heading to Watkins Glen for the lone road race of the season. And then after that, heading to Martinsville, followed by Auto Club Atlanta, and then ending the season at Texas. So this race marks the halfway point of the season when this is over. As take another look here at the point standings. Dawson Buchanan with a 30 or 28 point lead, but Colton Gardner is going to be looking to close that tonight, as he will be starting from pole position with Buchanan starting in 5th. So a little bit different tonight. We're going to have to see Buchanan make his way through the field rather than hold the field off starting from pole position. So as everybody grids up here, let's take a look at our starting lineup for tonight's race. Starting in pole position is the number 40 of Colton Gardner. We'll get rid of that so we can see the liveries. Alongside of him is the 18 of Hunter Hughes. Starting on the inside of row number 2 is Nicholas Warboy. To his outside, the number 9 of Jackson Malin. In row 3, we have Dawson Buchanan and Jeremiah Lockwood. Row 4 is Garrett Jarnigan and Eric Mattingly. Row 5, we got Christopher Fuge and Eric Richardson. In row 6, we have Lane Snow and JP Jones. Row 7, Fernando Takashi and John Miles. In row 8 is Ernesto Hidalgo and DJ Fluck. And our lone car in row 9, starting shotgun on the field, is the 911 of Bill Muffeld. Base car pulls off, almost gets hit there by Colton Gardner. So, Nashville Superspeedway, located in Lebanon, Tennessee, opened in 2001, 1.3 miles in length. As we got a 75 lap race here tonight, as the pace car is off and we are set to go green for the first time since the Xfinity Series came here last year in 2024. Green flag in the air. Good start there by the 40 of Colton Gardner. They're 3 wide behind. Looks like the number 4 of Buchanan will make it through there. Buchanan trying to make his way up the field here and look for another win. Colton Gardner holds the inside, leads by a nose ahead of Hunter Hughes. Hunter Hughes up high. So they're side by side across start finish. Dawson Buchanan on the inside of Nicholas Warboy. That is for third after starting from P5 on the field. So Dawson Buchanan making up some positions early here. Sitting in 4th position. Too wide, a little bit farther back here. That's the number 9 we're looking at right now of Jax Malin. Colton Gardner, your leader, and the number 40 sets the fastest lap of the race. Nicholas Warboy is able to clear Dawson Buchanan. Dawson Buchanan usually likes saving his tires to the end, though, to the end of each stage. So most likely we're going to see a late charge coming through the field from him. With, say, 5-10 laps to go in the stage, as stage break is on lap 35 tonight. Too wide behind here for 5th. That's Lockwood and Malin. Malin backs off, tucks in behind Lockwood there as he will clear for the 5th spot. Jarnigan looking for 6th on the high side there of Jax Malin. He'll get it. But Malin on the inside. As those two go side by side here into turn 3 and 4. And across the start finish, Jarnigan able to clear Jax Malin there for that position. Jax Malin dropping down a couple of spots now. As he went from just fighting for 5th, now he's going to be fighting to keep that 7th spot away from Christopher Fuge, who's charging up in 8th. But we got a blinker. It's number 6. No, number 9. So it was Jax Malin, but he seems to be good now. 99 there of Fernando Takashi on the inside of Christopher Fuge in the 68 there. Now looking for another move on Jax Malin. Takashi will now take away that 7th spot. Fighting back on the outside is Jax Malin. They go side by side in the turns 1 and 2. Takashi able to clear as Malin gets into the wall there. Now Christopher Fuge also taking a spot away from him. Here's DJ Fluck and Ernesto Hidalgo. This is for the 12th position, which DJ Fluck currently holds. We do have a car in the pits. It's Bill Muffeld in the 911. He's coming out now. 4 laps down. Lane Snow also a lap down. Looks like he's got some damage. He's getting lapped now. We head back up to the front here. Top 4 have closed in pretty tightly. All separated by about half a second as we're approaching the halfway point of stage number 1. Here comes Buchanan. Look at the inside of Nicholas Warboy for 3rd. Started the race in 5th, so trying to make up a 2nd position here. And Warboy pushed up the track there. Buchanan goes to his inside. Not quite able to clear. Almost shuts the door on him, but Warboy's still there. Warboy goes high, and Buchanan finally able to clear him for that 3rd spot. And Colton Gardner, who is in 2nd in the standings, definitely does not like to see that. There is just 1 stage point on the line, but give him a bit of a better starting position to begin stage number 2 if he's not able to catch up for the lead within the next 17 or so laps. Is JP Jones and John Miles here for 14th. JP Jones way up into the wall. that battle short-lived. Back to the front here. Just 0.2 of a second is the lead for Colton Gardner. Buchanan closes that gap back up after falling behind a couple of tenths, battling with Nicholas Warboy. Where Hughes trying to challenge Colton Gardner for the lead. He's going to check up. That's going to allow Buchanan to go to the outside. Now they're side by side for second. Buchanan able to make that high side work as he will clear for second. Now he'll start his pursuit for the race lead. Hunter Hughes not giving up on that spot though. But the gap between Dawson Buchanan and Colton Gardner for the lead, about 0.3 of a second, with 10 laps to go in stage number 1. Here we got a battle for 6th with Chris Fuge and for Denver Takashi. Christopher Fuge looking for another spot here. A couple laps to go in the stage.
Rotation of
his starting
shifting
position
from first
for stage number 2. Refuge putting the pressure on the number 7. We had a couple cars get into it there. Not sure what happened there, but Dawson Buchanan gap down to less than a car length here for the race lead on Colton Gardner. Just 5 laps to go in the stage. Buchanan closing that gap back down. 4 laps to go. Gardner still holding him off with 3 laps to go. Still right on his bumper. Doesn't have anything to get a move done yet. We're coming up on the final lap of the stage. With turn 4, white flag in the air for stage number 1. Buchanan with a slight look to the outside. Gardner with a better run though off the corner. And Buchanan's got one more shot at it here. Not going to be able to do anything. And Colton Gardner will come away with the stage 1 win. Buchanan finishing in 2nd, and then Hunter Hughes will round out the top 3 of the stage. Look 4 cars ahead into the pits here. Dawson Buchanan, after starting from P5 up to 2nd. See if he can have a faster pit stop here, possibly come out in the lead. Not have to battle for it with Colton. So here comes Buchanan out of the pits. That was actually very close. I think Buchanan got him. Take a look at that. Buchanan by a hair. Actually, it's more than I thought. See the pit exit cones there. Yeah, more than I thought it was, but nonetheless, Dawson Buchanan coming out of the pits in the lead. Don't forget about the Indy Racing World Series returns on February 25th from Belle Isle for 45 laps. All races are at 10 p.m. Eastern right here on Stadium Scene TV. Still time to sign up on FRRacing.com. Also, don't miss this week's episode of FR Racing's Garage Talk as Eric and DJ sit down with Wednesday Night Dash driver and owner of JM Motorsports, John Miles, to discuss John balancing iRacing with being a college student, forming a team with a childhood best friend, and setting up his first sponsor meeting. In addition, we recap NASCAR Clash at Bowman Gray Stadium as we are getting ready to go green for stage number 2 here. Green flag in the air, really good jump there by Dawson. Hunter Hughes is able to jump Gardner there off the restart as well. Christopher Fugue with a good first stage. He is in 6th, still fighting with Jax Matham. JP Jones fighting with DJ Flood. DJ Flood actually up a couple of spots there from the start of the race. And as I say that, he gets into the wall. Drops him back to 11th. Couple of lap cars in between. JP Jones and DJ Fluck. That's Bill Muffeld and then 911 a couple of laps down. Back to the front of the pack here, Hunter Hughes challenging for the lead. Also a car coming out of the pits. It's a 94 Fernando Takashi. Colton Gardner in 3rd. He's trying to get back up there after leading the entirety of stage 1 and then losing it on pit road. Hunter Hughes looking for a way to the front of the field here for the first time today. Who on the inside of Buchanan. Not quite able to clear yet. So they go back side by side. Now he's able to clear Hunter Hughes for the first time tonight. As he spins there, a little bit of contact, almost able to save it. Would have been a really good save there. But he'll lose it on the turn 3 or turn 2 exit. Oh, that's tough. That's going to put him way back to 12th. We're going to take a look at this. No contact. Really good job there by Dawson actually to avoid it. And he almost had it saved there as well. Before finally losing it. And he's back now to 12th. But we got another battle for the lead now with Colton Gardner and Dawson Buchanan. Warboy also catching up there in 3rd. Mr. Refuge is up to 5th here. He's had a really good race so far. Charging his way up. Also, now looking at the inside of the 94 car that's actually, or Nasvhille Superspeedway is a lap down. So Chris Huge, couple of tenths back there from the 32 car in 4th. Back here for 7th, we got a battle with Lane Snow. Or I guess that's for 6th, Lane Snow and Eric Richardson. Battle for the lead. Still around the same. Couple of tenths there between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. 2 tenths. Hunter Hughes is back up 1 spot after spinning himself out. Warboy up a little bit here, putting on the pressure to Colton Gardner. 20 laps to go. Hunter Hughes closing the gap here on the 88. DJ Fluckhill to the inside. Easy spot for him there. Puts him up to 10th. See if he's able to charge his way up here these last 20 or so laps into a decent spot. As Colton Gardner looking for the race lead back here. Battle for... Not really, bit of a battle there for 5th. But coming up on 15 laps to go. Focus here on this battle between the top 3. Looking at the inside is Gardner. Gonna have to back out though. Here comes Nicholas Warboy. Not quite able to go to the inside there of Colton Gardner. Buchanan pulling away by a couple of tenths. Top 3 still separated by about half a second here. As Hunter Hughes continues making his way up. Looking for another spot here on Jeremiah Lockwood in the 7 car. Trying to salvage as many points as he can after that spin. Lane Snow and Garrett Jarnigan here. This is for 5th. Eric Richardson gets dropped down to P7. So just 10 more laps to go here across the line for Dawson Buchanan, looking for another win. Buchanan pulling away there by about half a second now into the race lead. But Colton Gardner fighting back. Top three have closed in on each other a little bit more now. Buchanan still trying to hold off his lead. At the end of the wall there is Nicholas Warboy. Not losing too much time though. Might drop him back about 1/10 of a second. But with just 5 laps to go, this battle for the lead between Buchanan and Gardner. Couple of car lengths. Gardner, pretty good run there actually at a turn number 4. 4 laps to go. Gap is down to a car length. Gardner looks to the inside in turn 1. Buchanan with a much better run though. As 3 laps to go. Chances are running out here for Colton Gardner. Gardner's got a really good run out of turn 4. And then Buchanan just able to pull away though through turn 1. Gardner able to stick with him pretty good that time. But he's got to close this gap here through turn 4 this time. As we're coming up on the white flag. Just 1 lap to go. Gap is about 1.5 car lengths. Closes into turn 1. But Buchanan with a much better run. Now increases to about 5 car lengths heading into turn number 3. So it's not going to be enough from Colton Gardner and Dawson Buchanan starting the race from 5th and making his way through the field to get the race win. What a drive there by Dawson Buchanan tonight. We'll see the rest of our pack here. So Dawson Buchanan getting the win once again. Colton Gardner finishing in 2nd. Warboy in 3rd. Christopher Fuge in 4th, Lane Snow 5th, Garrett Jarnigan 6th, Eric Richardson 7th, Hunter Hughes 8, Jeremiah Lockwood 9, DJ Fluck rounding out the top 10 in 10th. JP Jones 2 laps down in 11, Eric Mattingly 12, Bill Muffeld 13, Ernesto Hidalgo 14th, John Miles 15, Fernando Takashi 16, and then Jax Malin finishing in 17th. So we'll hear from our top 3 now. I guess we'll start with Colton Gardner. So Colton, finishing there in 3rd, not quite enough for Dawson, but led basically the entirety of stage number 1. I think the entire stage 1. What do you wish you could have done differently there in stage 2 to ultimately come away with the win?
There wasn't really much I could do different. I mean, I could tell I was quicker than him, on entry and sometimes off of exit. But this track's a one-lane track, and you can't really pass unless you want to move somebody. And I don't race that way, and I just never could find a way to get to his inside going into the corner. If I did, I felt like I was going to wash up too much and wreck him, and I don't want to do that.
And thoughts going into next week, into the off week before heading to Watkins Glen?
I'm optimistic. I've gotten pretty good with road racing. I've been doing it a lot more. And I feel like I could be considered a sleeper as long as I get a lot of practice in. And I've had a couple races at Watkins Glen recently, so maybe I'll be able to do something there.
And any last messages then?
Just gonna put my foot on the floor, and I'm not lifting till I see God or a checkered flag.
I just want to thank my sponsors, French Broad, Jiffy Lube, Victory Fuel, Underdog Athletics, everybody that helps this thing go around, and hopefully we can get it done next week, or the next race.
All right, thanks, Colton. Congrats on the podium again.
Yep, thank you.
Nicholas Warboy finishing in 3rd. Nick didn't quite have enough there for Dawson or Colton, but kind of just walk us through your race there.
At the start, I kind of tore the tires off of it during the first stage. Had a good pit stop. Came out 4th behind everybody. Ended up saving a bit of tires the first, I think 10, 12 laps. And then kind of started digging into them. And I was keeping good pace with them. Came out of 4 real hard one time and tagged that wall and lost all the momentum. But I'll take a P3.
And then,
not too much to complain about.
What would you say kind of the toughest thing was throughout that race that you had to deal with?
Keeping pace with those guys. They're quick. I mean, quick. I mean, I had a good qualifying time, but qualifying doesn't always mean good race. But just to be able to keep up with them, that was the toughest part, honestly.
Yeah. Well, congrats on P3 and a podium tonight. And thanks for the interview.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And then Dawson Buchanan once again coming away with the race win. Dawson started P5 tonight. Kind of just walk us through that first stage there, making your way up to 2nd and then jumping Colton in the pits.
Yeah, well, first off, this Sundrop Chevrolet for J Motorsports was a lot faster than I was there to begin with, but hopped in with not a lot of practice there and didn't put down the best lap in qualifying. And like you said, started 5th. And then I just, spent the whole first stage really learning and figuring out the limits of the car. And then after that, I nailed the pit stop. Like, it was probably about as perfect as I could have gotten it. Thought I sped actually, but I didn't. And then when I got the lead, it was all over from there. That's all I needed. And then right from the drop of the green flag, the second stage, I pretty much already saw the checker flag.
All right, Colton, or not Colton, Dawson. Congrats again on the win.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks for the interview. There was the top 3 for tonight. Once again, we are off next week before heading to Watkins Glen on February 26th. Green flag will be at 10:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Stadium Scene TV. So thank you so much to everybody who tuned in tonight. And we will see you in 2 weeks from Watkins Glen.